Hey, so I know that I said we're going to talk about music and recommendations and stuff like that, but I'm going to push that to next week because there's something evident right now that I want to discuss. So the title of the video should say "Don't be afraid," and that's kind of a lie in a way because I say "Don't be afraid" and I'm personally terrified. Okay, I'm afraid all the time, and that's a good thing. Being afraid means that whatever it is that you're afraid about matters, and that's a good thing. But what I'm actually referring to is that over the last couple of years, I've been building a lot of confidence. And it's not confidence in myself, it's confidence that everybody else suck just as much as I do. And that is very, very good in the sense that it alleviates a lot of that stress and that fear that I am particularly terrible at something. It alleviates that because everybody sucks just as much as I do, just as much as you do. And that's a good thing. The difference is, however, is that I put myself out there. And clearly I'm not the only one who does that, but most people don't. Most people don't create content all the time. Most people these days just consume content. And the difference is that I put my content out there, whatever it may be, if it's a video, if it's just my thoughts and opinions, or if it's just a game, if it's a game that I made, or anything else. I put myself out there. And it doesn't matter if my content or whatever it is that I put out there is good or bad, I'll get comments about it. I'll get more interaction and discussion and people's opinions about whatever it is that I did that clearly than people who don't put their things out there. And that interaction will make me better. That interaction will improve me and my following content, right? So that is a really, really good thing. And I should not be afraid of putting something out there, even though it's not perfect. If you'd talked to me 3-4 years ago, I would tell you that I would never, ever consider putting out something, showing other people something that it isn't absolutely, completely perfect. And I feel, and I believe, that most people think kind of the same way. Because you don't want to put something out there that's not complete. No, it's not complete, it's not perfect. Only when it'll be perfect will I put it out there. Clearly nothing is ever perfect. So what this pretty much means is that no one will ever put anything out. And we can't have that, can we? You need to have the confidence in yourself. And I want to say more the lack of fear of putting something out there. Clearly, you still want to put as much work as you can, and you want something to be as good as you possibly can make it before you put it out there. But eventually there comes a point where if you don't put it out there, it's not going to be out there. No one is going to experience whatever it is that you made, and you can't have that because then nothing will ever get made. You know, all those people, you want to be one of them that write stories and write songs and never show them to anyone. If you never show them to anyone, you'll never know if they're any good. And if they're good, that's wonderful. And if they're bad, that's also wonderful because you'll know it's bad and you'll improve. If they suck and you don't know, you'll never be able to improve. So putting things out there, even if it's terrible, and let me tell you, putting something out there that isn't perfect is hard. It's very hard. But these days, the more I grow, the more I understand about the world, I know that even if something isn't perfect, but it's good enough. You know, good enough is a very bad word. It's an evil. You shouldn't say good enough about anything. No, good enough is bad. It has to be perfect. Put as much work and as much of yourself into whatever it is that you do. But at some point, you gotta say it's good enough. And it's never going to be perfect. You want perfect. That's your ideal. It's never going to be there. And at some point, you gotta put it out there. And it's okay. It is not a dirty phrase to say it's good enough. And I'm much less afraid to put things out there that I made, even if they're kind of meh, because I'll learn a lot about them. I'll know if they're better, if they're good or if they're bad, and I'll improve. And that's really important, I think, for everyone to take in that concept and do. and just will not only do and show, show and tell, right? So yeah, that's just something that I just released a crappy little game that I made in 2 days, and that really procced that. And I put it out in a couple of places, and I got some horrid and some lovely reviews from people. I'm much less afraid of putting my things out there, and that's why I keep making these videos for the, I don't know how many people who watch them, but whatever review I get, it betters me. It makes me a better person. I grow because of it. And that's the most important thing. Always keep learning, always keep growing, always get better. And eventually you'll be perfect, maybe. No, but aspire there. That's the important part. So yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't do the music recommendations. I'll talk about music next week, unless something else pops up, right? It's something that's in the bank, you know? I could always put it out if I have nothing else, but I rather focus on things that actually happen day to day, if I can. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening, as usual, and I'll see you guys next time.